Hi, Taurus. um, so we are starting off with the Earth signs this month. Oops. I'm gonna put that back in there because we have not started. But if you're curious, there's some conflict going on, Taurus. It's the Five of Wands. Taurus, it's been a while. It's been a long while. I'm gonna upload a video on cosmic convos. If you guys kind of want to know where I'm at in my journey, where I've been, what's been going on with me the last few months. I actually wanted to take more time off before jumping back into YouTube or tarot readings. But I got a strong message and push that I need to start this now, not later. So here I am. We are starting off with the Earth signs for the month of January. I already did Capricorn, so now we're on to you. And just a disclaimer, Taurus, for my readings, if you can't tell, I got a little bit of a cold. And so if I'm coughing, I apologize. If you see me pausing, it's because I'm trying not to cough, and I might have a little sniffling nose, so I might have to go blow it every once in a while. Okay, Taurus, so thank you for your patience. Thank you for your kindness while working through this with me. Taurus, I always tell everyone, my readings, you will know if they resonate or not, okay? I try not to leave any room for guessing or confusion. So if 90% of the story aligns with your life, what you're going through, you don't have to guess or push or shove the information to make it make sense. It's probably your reading, okay? But if you're going through the reading and you're having a hard time, you're having to actually think and consider, is it this person? Could it be that person? Is it this situation? Does that make sense? Is this happening? It's like, no, it's not your reading, okay? If you have to use a lot of brain power to figure out if the reading is yours or not, then it's not yours. All of my readings come together. They're not meant to be picked and pulled apart, okay? Don't use pieces and think the reading applies to you. Either the whole reading applies to you or it does not apply to you at all. Again, this is my way of making sure that you are not confused if this is your reading or not. So if it resonates, that's what it means. No brain power is needed. 90% of what I'm saying makes sense. If I am picking up on a predicted future message, I will be sure to let you know that these are energies that have not played out yet, that they're in the future. If I'm picking up on a channeled message, I will also let you know a channeled message are the messages that are not showing up in the cards, but are actually being downloaded and given to me from someone that is watching this or will be watching this, okay? Taurus, if you ever want a personal reading, I'm sorry, I hate long intros, but I've realized the necessity of them, okay? If you ever want a personal reading, the only way to do that is using that description, using that link in the description box down below. You would think that'd be easy to say. If you ever want a personal reading, go ahead and click on that Etsy shop link, and that will take you directly to my Etsy shop, where you can also support me by purchasing other things that I create and make or offer. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay. What messages do we have for our Taurus friends for the month of January? This may be a little short, and if it is, that's okay. I want to get all my January readings done today. That way I have the rest of the month to kind of pop back into your guys' energies and see what's going on and any other messages that come through. What messages do we have for Taurus for January? Whew. 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 Jumpy Taurus, you got a lot going on, Taurus. You thinking about a lot of things, Taurus. Is life a little chaotic right now? These cards don't want to stay in my hand. I feel like I need to keep shuffling them. Taurus, whew. Calm your energy. Breathe with me in and out. I think you guys need a chill pill. What messages do we have for Taurus in the month of January? What do we need to have Taurus know in the month of January? What does Taurus need to know for January? What does Taurus need to know for January? It feels very chaotic, Taurus, your energy. Heartbroken? That was flipped over in the deck. Messages. The cards that don't flip out, but just like flip over in the deck. I don't typically pull those unless I'm being told to do so. Excuse me. Reason being, when they flip over in the deck, that is a potential, a possibility of a reality or a path that can happen. But the energies that are playing out right now, this is the most likely path, potential, direction things are going to go in. But the ones that flip over, just a potential. So I will still show you those cards, but I do not pull those cards. What does Taurus need to know in January? Ooh, okay. Taurus. Honeys. What is going on with you guys? Whoa. And if you didn't know, I do love reading your guys' stories in the comments. If you know that this resonates and it's your story, I love to have the little details on how it all intertwines. Actually putting it, I get the information and the energy, but I don't know what the actual story is, So it's always fun to read those if you guys didn't know. Now you know. Okay, Taurus, this is a lot. It's interesting, but it's a lot. I'll stop being so suspicious. What I'm getting, okay, for January, there's absolutely some kind of conflict is not the word that I want to use, but it is the word that came to mind. There is like an issue, a challenge, situation with someone. There's a lot of like communication is shit. Okay, communication is all over the place. I feel like a lot of confusion, a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of secrets, a lot of unspoken things. It's like if you threw just all the ingredients to a bad relationship in a pot and cooked it, this is what it would look like. And the weird thing is, it's not toxic. It's not malicious, manipulative. It's not karmic. It's like, it's not giving off those like narcissistic, you gotta get out of this kind of energy. It's just giving off like a lot of issues and challenges and conflicts and unresolved things and misunderstandings and miscommunication, assuming, judging, battling, fighting. It's so weird because it's like it's you or them. I think it's both of you. This is crazy. It's like you both want to offer love to each other. You both are trying to keep tabs or watch each other, but you both are staying silent not communicating, not saying what you want to say, but you're both like kind of like waiting on the other person to say it, but wanting to do it yourself, but not doing it yourself. Is this like too much ego inside of some kind of relationship here? Like, this is just chaotic. This is just like, if we could just get a butter knife and scrape the crap off the toast, it'd be the perfect piece of toast. But we have all this crap on it. And it needs to be scraped off. It doesn't even need to be resolved at this point. It just needs to be scraped off. That's the energy I feel here. It does not need to be resolved. It does not need to be talked about, because this is like intertwined. It's crazy. It's paranoid. It's miscommunication. It's assumptions. It's guessing. It's like, it's this ball of yarn that's all fucked up, okay? And it just needs to be thrown away. Like, you cannot untangle this ball of yarn. Have you ever tried to untangle a ball of yarn? I have, and it takes hours, days, weeks. Sometimes you put it down, you come back months later, it's still tangled and knotted, okay? Some of those knots you can't even get out. You just have to keep cutting it. And that's kind of what I feel like this situation is here, where it's like we're at a point, and I'm not saying like whatever this is for you, walk away, or I definitely am not getting like a toxic, malicious, manipulative, because I would say it and I'd say this is not healthy, right? It's not healthy, but I mean healthy to a point of like one person is trying to like defeat or compete or, you know, overtake the other person. I don't get that energy. It's just so much like confusion and just fucked up pieces of tangled confusion. Uh, that's the best way I can describe it. That's the energy that I'm just feeling for. It's just okay. It's all over the place. Okay, um, it's so weird. It's all over the place. Taurus. I'm sorry. I really feel this energy. I feel the energy, and I'm like, what the fuck? So, what do? Channeled. Okay. I don't need to pull cards to give you advice on this. The energy that I'm feeling, the message I'm getting from this, throw the fucking yarn ball away and go buy a new one and start over. Essentially, that is my way of saying you just need to clean the slate. You need to forgive. You need to release. You need to let go of anything that has happened up until this point and start brand new. If you both cannot do that, this will never come together, because this is all fucked. Like, and it's not even fucked in a way of like, how do I describe this? Oh my gosh. It's not messed up in a way of like anyone purposely trying to do this. No one was trying to like get over on the other person. Like, it wasn't even intentional. It was like just something happened here where it's just like both of our walls are up and we both have our own buckets of snowballs to throw at each other, because I'm really paranoid that they're going to be at war with me. I think the only reason they're over there looking at me is because they're trying to get me. But really, it's like they're over there looking at you, feeling the same way. A lot of Miri here, feeling the same way, but they're really like deep down inside, like, I wish I could get closer. But I see they have a bucket of snowballs ready to die. Like, it's like you both want to be here, right? But you both have your defenses up. And because you both have your defenses up, you're looking at each other's defenses being up. And you're like, I need to keep my defenses up, because the only reason they have a defense is actually because they're wanting to attack. That's why they have a defense, is because they actually want to attack. So I must keep my defense up. And they're thinking the same thing. Oh, they only have a defense because it's actually an attack mode, not a defense. But you're both like, I wish we could just not be defensive or attack each other and just come to... This is crazy. This is crazy, Taurus. What did y'all do? A lot of mirroring energy though, okay? A lot of mirroring. It's like you guys are like on point with each other in the creepiest way, and that's part of the reason why it's time to just throw it away and start new, because you guys are so mirrored in your actions, your thoughts, your patterns, whatever it is. It's almost impossible to clean up what's already happened. But if you are both willing to throw it away and just start new, the whole situation would change here, okay? If you wanted to change, but this is intense mirroring, like scary. I'm sorry. I can't get over how this energy feels. I feel love. I feel so much love. There's a lot of love here. A lot of love here. There's got to be a lot of love to put up with this craziness. But it's just like, ooh, okay. Channeled message that I'm getting here. I just wanted to confirm really quick. No, I did not just lose that. Did I just lose it? It was a channeled message that had just like kind of come through, and then it left. Oh my god, I forgot it. It'll come back if it needs to come back, but just that fast. I should have said it as soon as it came to me. Ugh. I lost it. I'm sorry, guys. I lost it. If it was important, it needs to come back. It'll come back around, I promise. So let's see. I don't even know what to ask off of this. A lot of this energy I can see in the cards, but I'm also getting, I feel the energy, and so I'm trying to explain it the way I feel it, but then I'm also getting messages about this energy. Give me a second. It's trying to come through, and this energy is chaotic, man. Thank you. This is not the same message that came through the first time, but it's a different message, and it's about this moon card. What I'm being guided to kind of say here is that I feel like you both feel like there's a lot of secrets being kept from one another, okay? So you feel like they keep a lot of things from you, and they feel like you keep a lot of things from them. But the truth, the outright, bottom of the line, downright truth is yes, you are both keeping a huge secret from each other, okay? Funny enough, the secret is exactly the same. The secret is how in love with each other you actually are, okay? Even if one person expresses love, even if the other person expresses love, if you both express love, it's like that is the ultimate dire secret that you are both actually keeping from each other, is how much in love with the other person you are, okay? And the odd thing here is like there's so much mirroring. And this mirroring is literally what's destroying the ability to come together, because you are mirroring each other. Let's see if I can play this out for you guys, okay? I'm gonna try. Thank you, Desert Rose Quartz. Okay. Desert Rose, okay? Person A, person B, okay? They're like, I have all this love for person B. And person B's like, I have all this love for person A. Okay? Here's the problem. Person A is like, ooh, I feel like person B is keeping a secret. I can feel it. I just know it. I can feel it and I know it. They're keeping a secret. So I'm going to keep my love hidden. Keep my deepest desire in love hidden until I figure out what they're hiding. Okay? Are you catching on here, Taurus? Sorry to bring it down like this. You have person B. And they're like, oh, I have all this love and I want to extend my love. But I can feel that person A is keeping a secret. What's the secret? I don't know what the secret is. So I'm going to keep my love hidden until I can figure out what person A's secret is. Reason you guys are doing this, what if they actually don't love me? What if they want to betray me? What if they want to leave me? What if they're talking to someone else? What if? You guys are both terrified of each other not loving each other, of leaving each other, of betraying each other, to the point that you can't handle knowing this other person is not saying something and you don't know what it is. Because it's like consuming you to a point where you cannot move forward without knowing what it is they're keeping hidden. But they're keeping something hidden because you're doing the same thing. You guys are mirroring each other. This is crazy. So, yes, there is a secret. There is a secret. You guys are both right. You are both right. You guys are keeping a secret. You're keeping information. You're keeping things from each other. But they're beautiful things you're keeping from each other because you're paranoid about what the other person is not saying. So you choose not to say how you actually feel and what you actually want. This is like insane. Taurus? This is insane. How are you dealing with this energy? Ooh. What else do we have for Taurus in January? So that's pretty much the energy that's going to be playing out in January. I feel like either one of two things are going to happen. You guys are going to start to realize that you are mirroring each other. Sorry, I sound super stuffy right now because it's like, it's all coming in. You guys are either going to realize you're mirroring each other and that this is what's actually keeping you apart from each other, and you're going to be able to remove the obstacle, throw away the fucking yarn ball, and go buy a new one together. All right? And then problem resolved. I don't think it's going to get resolved in January, but you will start to become aware that this is the energy of what's actually happening in January, is you guys are mirroring each other. And that you guys are almost like, because you're so in tune and tapped and mirroring each other so much, that's actually what's preventing you from not being together. Not because there's a lack of love, not because there's a betrayal, not because there's a shisty person, not because there's cheating, not because there's lying. It's none of the stuff that has kept you guys apart that you thought was happening. It's actually the fact that you are just so in tune with each other and you are mirroring each other beyond belief, almost like you're the same freaking person. It's kind of creepy, okay? That epiphany is going to shower down on you in January. Or what will happen in January is that is the energy that will continue to play out without you realizing it. You will continue to be separated. You will continue to be at odds. You will continue to be paranoid about this person. You will continue to avoid them. You will continue all this random entanglement, confusion, and conflict with them because neither of you are acknowledging or willing to accept that it's actually pure love here. And it's just like other things that are mirroring each other that's making things all fucked up. Like neither of you are willing to, you're either both willing in January to wipe that slate clean and just get on with it, or you both are going to keep being stuck in January because you're both like just not willing to wipe the slate clean, okay? And in that case, this is going to continue. You're going to keep being paranoid that this person is doing all of your worst fears while they're doing the same with you, which is keeping you at odds, which is keeping you separated, which is not allowing you to come together. It's like, but the main message with this is like, you can create closure without diving into the past. You understand? If you try to go in and untangle this fucking yarn ball, it will create new tanglements. It will create new knots. The point here is not to go back and be like, well, what happened on this day? Why did this occur? Why did you do this? Why did you feel that way? Why was that? What happened here? Who was that? What? That's going to create more entanglements. But the crazy thing is, like, neither of you are lying to each other. Neither of you have done these crazy things that you thought up that you do. Like, that's actually not happening, okay? It's like not happening. It's not real. And that's why you can't untangle this fucking yarn ball, because it's a yarn ball of illusion that leads to more illusion, that creates more confusion, that gets even more tangled up, even more knotted up. It's like this yarn ball is something that you guys have created between each other that never existed. So trying to unravel something like that is actually just going to create it and make it bigger and bigger and bigger and more tangled and more knotted and more illusion, which creates more separation from the both of you, okay? Because then you have this gigantic tangled up yarn ball in between you two, and you're sitting at opposite ends of it, like wanting to be together but not able to work through the yarn ball. The yarn ball cannot be worked through. You got to throw that fucking yarn ball away. Go buy a real yarn ball together and start to knit something beautiful with it together. Something that's real. Like stop holding on to this illusion of a yarn ball that you've both created. It needs to be thrown away, and then you need to come together and go buy a real tangible yarn ball from the store and knit some shit together and have a happy ending, because that's where this can go. But you have to be willing to throw the fucking yarn ball away. You cannot solve, you cannot work through, you cannot go back and have an understanding, you cannot go back and figure it out, you cannot unravel this illusionary yarn ball, because it's not real. It's not real. It is all your anxiety, all your fears, all your obsessions, all your, toxicity. It's everything that you guys have put together and like just fucking entangled it. And that's been what's keeping you apart. And it's like, it's time to throw that yarn ball away, because it's not real. It's not real. Stop feeding it. Throw it away. Okay? I'm sorry. Okay? But that's the energy. In January, you are either throwing that bitch away. And I'm sorry. I try not to cuss. You're either throwing it away or you're going to keep feeding into it. You both have to be on board, though. It can't be one or the other. Like, you both have to see this and just accept it and just do it, okay? Just do it. Where's the Nike symbol at? Just do it. I don't want to be giving you that as the only message for January, but I feel like that is going to be the focus in January for you all, Taurus. It's hilarious because it's so easily fixed, but it's like you're so caught up in it. Okay. Wow. What other messages do we have for Taurus in January? We're still in this energy, bro. We're still in it. Ace of Cups. Six of Cups. High Priestess. Queen of Wands. Strength. Good old Nine of Cups. Taurus. I don't even know. There's nothing else for you to focus on. This is what you guys need to focus on. This is what Spirit wants you to focus on. figuring out, are you going to throw the fucking yarn ball away, or are you just going to let it sit there and keep building and building and building and growing? But let me tell you, if you do throw it away, it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful outcome here. Okay? You're going to finally get, and they're going to finally get everything that they actually ever wanted and everything you actually ever wanted. Absolutely. It requires strength. It requires courage, ability, whatever it is that you need in order to like pick this massive piece of POS out of the window, okay? But if you both can do that, if you both can come together and just be like, look, this is what it is. This is where we're at. We're going to take this. We're going to check it out the window. We're going to remove it. And then we're going to go get something new. Bam. This is the new. Isn't the new nice? Lighter energy. Feels good. Feels nice. Let's work on this because it's new. Let's forget that. That is off the table. Never to be mentioned again, never to be thought about again, never to be contemplated on again. And it's going to be really difficult because we all have a really hard time letting go of the past and moving on from the past and getting answers to the past and like really accepting things without knowing the truth, the honest to God truth. But it's like you guys have held so much back from each other. It's crazy because even with me, just like this deck right now is tapped into your energy. Even with me taking this deck and figuratively throwing it out the window and grabbing a new deck, I'm like, wow, the energy immediately got lighter. Because it's not, this deck is not in your energy, okay? It's like this deck felt so much energetically light and just... like I could breathe again, you know? This feels heavy right now. This feels heavy. Heavy. And it's heavy because it's there's a word that keeps popping into my head. And I don't, it's not that I don't like to promote this, but it's like you really have to be able to know and be able to decide if this is something that's in your life or not. And I think it creates a lot of confusion and misunderstanding about a lot of things that you go through in your life when you attach a certain title to certain things, okay? But when it's knocking at my door, I'm going to have to open the door because it means it's meant to come into this reading. And I keep getting the word twin flame. It keeps coming up in my mind over and over and over and over and over. It's like you guys are so beyond freaking connected, but sorry, that was weird. You started the journey in a difficult way, which is normal, okay? It's supposed to happen. The point is that you take the first half, and the first half is all about we are so tapped in and we are so in tune with each other that it's actually creating this great opposition. It's creating this great challenge, this great separation. The moment that you can figure that out with your twin flame and essentially transform it to rotate into we are so tuned in, we are so tapped into each other that we are like the ultimate couple, that no one could ever break us apart, that we could expand and grow beyond anyone's belief or knowledge. Sorry, and okay, I won't go down that road. And that's the purpose. You have to face great opposition before you can create amazing unity, right? And sometimes twin flames, because they can't transform out of their ego, their pride, their fear, their anxiety, because they can't evolve past these lower energies, they stay in this great opposition relationship with each other, not acknowledging that like we are so interconnected, and that's why it's creating opposition. They only see the opposition, not the interconnectedness. The moment that you can transform your view, your understanding, your perception from opposition to being in tune, to being together, so interconnected, that's when you can start to become one. That's when you can go into union. But you have to be able to focus less on the opposition and more on how in tuned and interconnected, how much we mirror each other, how much we play off each other, how much our energies are just completely in sync. Like, scary, creepy, right? But beautiful and amazing, okay? So Taurus. Whoa! That was a lot, okay? For January, that was a lot. If I have more time, I will definitely jump back into your energy and see where we're at, bring any new messages later in the month. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in February. If you enjoyed my vibe, my reading, my style, definitely like, subscribe. Again, if you want a personal reading, the only way to do that is using that link in my description box below to my Etsy shop. If you want to support me, donate stuff, buy stuff, get readings, that's where you're going to do it. Okay? Taurus. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Just chaotic as fuck. Okay? Thank you for watching. Thank you for bearing through with me while I, suffer with my sinuses. Have an amazing rest of your January, and thanks again. Bye.